the YouTube's here and TikTok's here and everyone's here. But for those who haven't seen Traveler's Rest, Traveler's Rest is another slice of lifestyle game. So think like the Stardew Valleys and the Coral Islands and the Sun Haven and the Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing and all that. The difference is this one is about keeping a tavern. Like it's a place for people to stop by. I don't remember at all what we were doing in this game, but you mostly kind of stick around one area maintaining that, and you brew beer and all that. And I'm trying to not flip my beer until it's at absolute max quality. But we just started the game yesterday. There's lots and lots of crafting. It does give you a lot of reminders of Graveyard Keeper as well. Alright, I'm not going to make vegetable broth. I don't have anything for there. I would need more hops. Let's make ourselves another lager. We're gonna put some wild berries, some lemon, and some dual hops in there. I don't know if that's any good, but that's what we're gonna do. Let's see, JD, how does it stack up to the iron forging game? Better? They are very different games. You're thinking, while the iron's hot, I would say these two games are actually different genres. I can't even do this. I need carrots. I don't have carrots. Yeah, this, if you were doing a comparison, you'd compare it more with, like, Harvest Moon and those kinds. Alright, so I bought a bunch of seeds the last time. This one looks much better. Well, I mean, it's just different pixel art. This one's a higher detailed pixel art. I honestly think the pixel art in Why the Iron's Hot is actually extremely good. Alright, so we've got all... Oh, these are not my bar. Okay. So trying to plant a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, so this game does have, like, farming. It does have... Oh, right. This game, they have kind of the weird thing that you water the ground first and then you plant, which is fine. But it's just kind of a weird switch up on the normal formula. But this game kind of has two parts to it. Sort of like if you played Dave the Diver, where you have part of it where you're diving and doing all that. That's one component, and then you have the running the sushi bar. This kind of has the same thing where you spend part of your time, you know, doing all your crafting and building and brewing and everything else, and then the other part of the time is running the tavern itself. So we had wooden planks. What is gonna... Right, it's making our aging barrel. Alright, so it's gonna take a little while. So yeah, so let's go ahead and open up and get that going. But yeah, so we've been playing this game. We're not doing any type of, like, challenge mode or anything. We're just playing the game as is. But what ends up happening is you open up your tavern, customers show up. I put recipes that we could serve over here. We would end up putting beers that I could serve here. I don't have any right now. And I also have green tea, and they'll also order water. Then we serve them, and it's almost like a plate-up style thing where, you know, they order food, you get the food for them. I craft the food ahead of time so I don't have to, like, do the prep in the middle of it. But I'll have to clean tables, clean the floor, like we just had someone who did this. Deal with belligerent customers is another thing you have to deal with in this one. So you have a customer who's just kind of rude. And then if they don't calm down when you interact with them, you gotta whack them with a broom to get them to go away. How's the rest going? Going good. We're just getting started. Now we got someone who wants the green tea out here. And the table's getting dirty. So you end up having this part where you run around dealing with stuff. You can hire employees to help you. We're not far enough. We should use that sound or something as a channel, smacking people with a broom. I think the sound is going to end up being too disruptive. We'll hear what it sounds like in game. I do try and make it, like, the channel is very deliberately designed for a place where people, like, chill, relax, that kind of stuff, calm down. A lot of people like to tune it on and go to sleep to it. So if it's too much of a obnoxious, like, whack sound or siren sound, I won't have that as a redeem ever. because it goes counter to the offering of the channel. It's a fun thing that a lot of channels, you know, honestly should do that kind of stuff, but it works against what I do with the channel, potentially. We'll see what the sound is. I imagine it's a loud whack noise. But I should also introduce myself. I am Rual Storge. I do play a variety of games here on Twitch. I'm most known for my exploits in Project Zomboid, where I used to hold the world record for the highest kill count run ever streamed. At 135,121 zombies killed in one character in one life on harder than apocalypse settings, with no mods to change itemization or vehicles. That said, that record has been beaten, but that's kind of my claim to fame, was getting that record. But I do play a variety of games, including like survival simulation, city builder, settlement builder, slice of life, life sim, tycoon, all that. Like I have played Timberborn a number of times on the channel. I do intend on playing it again here in the not so distant future. It's actually on the poll I have on the channel about what game we're gonna play. It's actually there, and one of the ones doing better. So more than likely, whenever I decide I'm done with Medieval Dynasty for the time being, there's a good chance Timberborn might be the game that steps in there. I have to look at what the poll was at. I know it was up there. RimWorld was also up there, which is the game that we just finished with. So I probably, even if it does have like the second highest voted, it's not that I won't play it. I'll probably give it a little bit longer before I hop back into that. What about tree chopping redeemed? Oh, we got our first customer causing trouble. So this one that's mad, I can talk to them. If they sit down, that's fine. And if they don't, we hit them with a broom. Yeah, definitely not going to do the broom whack sound. Because one, people won't contextually get what it is. It'll just be a loud smack sound. So yeah, it's not the worst sound or anything. I just don't see it as particularly relevant with the channel. So I think it'll just lead to more people asking what the sound is than anything else. Alright, we had run out of green tea in our keg, so I had to restock it. What about having it tied to the bonk command? I'd probably want a bonk sound for the bonk command. Like, if I played lots of Traveler Rest, I could see that making more sense. But considering this is only the third stream I've ever done of the game, making it sound like a major part of the channel feels like a weird decision. The tree chopping I could definitely see. Then it's a matter of figuring out what tree chopping sound. Probably like the tree felling sound. So not like the tree, like the thunk 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 of an axe or whatever. Or, you know, a chainsaw, but just, you know, the crunch and falling over sound of a tree, maybe. Because we do play a lot of games that we cut down trees. And trees are kind of a meme to this channel. That trees are out to betray you at your moment of weakness. Alright. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It'd be really nice when I could hire staff. Because once you hire staff, a lot of this running around, I can offload to other people. And you can never really leave your tavern while it's open, because belligerent customers only you can deal with. Yeah, so that time, the customer was getting uppity. I told him to calm down, and they backed off. Now you're not having to dodge zombies in Project Zomboid? Good time zone? Well, thank you. I know how that goes. I have played my share of Zomboid. On the channel, I think we played somewhere in the area of like 3,200 to 3,500 hours of Project Zomboid in the channel. Over the last 2 years. Alright. Probably getting low on food. We got 14 more meals left. But we're making a bunch of money doing this, which I'll use to buy more, supplies to get more happening. You only have to hit them once. But just on principle, if I'm in a restaurant and someone is making a scene and they decide to start walking to other tables and yelling at other customers, yeah, get the hell out. Like, if you're not having a good time, you leave. Storge, just got Traveler's Rest on your Steam wishlist? Excellent, it's a good game. It's still early access, just so people know. There's still a lot of stuff they plan to add to the game that isn't in yet. So if early access is something they're like, nah, that's not what I want to do, just know it is an early access game. There's more coming, but it's not there yet. That's part of the reason I haven't committed to doing like a, full proper run of it or anything. Have you played the new Dwarf Fortress, the actual graphics? Yep, UI's terrible. The issue, and when I say that, I'm not saying the pixel art of it is the problem, it's obtuse. And that's not to say the game is bad. They released an update earlier today that had some quality of life stuff. Alright. Like, and to be fair, I'm being pretty mean because it's a thing that, like, it comes up on the channel a lot about Dwarf Fortress because I play RimWorld, and there are similarities between the two games. They both are, arguably storytelling games. And Dwarf Fortress is definitely the better of the two for the storytelling. Like, that's the only reason I find Dwarf Fortress frustrating, is I could see there's a really good game in there, but that UI, I cannot get behind it. What I mean by it being obtuse, it's like you need a manager to supply, handle your inventory. Cool, I'm on board with that mechanic. And then you spend 5-10 minutes going, where the do I go and assign this? Because the game doesn't have a way for you to naturally find it beyond just go to each thing and start clicking through until you find the random individual spot it's located. And that's every mechanic in the game. That's what I mean by obtuse. I have stated if they went and hired someone to specialize in UI, like an actual person who does UI, not them just trying to work on UI themselves, but actually got someone who UI is what they do, and cut them loose on it for like 3 to 6 months, I would absolutely give it another go. Because I do think there's a wonderful game in there. But I'm not going to take the time to learn that UI. It's just frustrating. Let's see, there's a bounce in the game you can hire? That doesn't surprise me. And to be clear, when I'm talking UI, I'm not talking the presentation of the dwarves, I'm not talking about the presentation of the map, any of that, that's fine. I'm talking they're like menus and the buttons you click to do the interactions. I certainly play no shortage of games that don't exactly have the highest graphics and aesthetics. Pixel art is fine. I'm literally paying pixel art right now. Honestly, a good chunk of the games I play on the channel are pixel art. Alright, so we've literally sold everything we've got available right now. So we're going to last call. Because now we're down to selling water and gruel. So we're last calling them and we're kicking them out, which is also good because pretty soon they're going to start whining about being cold in here. And I'll feel like burning firewood. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we grabbed the lager. Do I have anything else we can put in here? No, we're out of materials to make beer. That's fine. We're sitting on 2 gold, so best payout we've had in an in-game day. The better the food and all that I get, the more money I get for it. So now we've finished running our place for the day. And go here. I've got another aging barrel. that can make even more beer. Because I'm being stubborn, and I'm not just selling any beer. We're aging our beer to be absolute top notch. Speaking of which, it's done.
Thank you, Crass, for subscribing for 19 months. Oh no, it's Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Fine Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Fine Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave
I understand.
Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules
Makes sense.
Hyperave Rules Fine Rules Hyperave Rules
Compelling argument.
Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Fine Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules.
Oh, I thought it was done there.
Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave Rules Hyperave.
All right. But thank you, Chris, for the tier 1 sub. And with that, here's the Lego piece. There's the part. So you've got the part for the sub, which I believe is the last part for that step. So we're making progress there. But thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. You've been subbed for the channel for 19 months. I really do appreciate that. That's a year and 7 months you've been supporting the channel, so that means a whole heck of a lot that you continue to support the channel for that long. So thank you so much, and I do hope you enjoy your advertisement previewing as well as access to the emotes. And Simon Cognu saying, I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that game? It was Rules Hyperave. Alright, so go to design mode, put down our barrel. I said put down our barrel. There we go. And let's toss whatever that is in there. But now, tomorrow, we're not just going to sell beer, chat. We've got a Grand Reserve mild ale that we have aged that to its peak. Alright, so I got a bunch of money. Alright, so what can we do money-wise? We probably want to get more seeds. Maybe go ahead and let's get a bunch of barley and a bunch of hops. Then I'm going to scroll down here and start from the bottom. Because wheat will probably get a bunch as well. I didn't do that. I'm trying to lean into using the seeds more and more. But we can't afford that. Alright. I'm trying to lean into doing the farming more and more. Why did those switch positions? And the reason I'm trying to do that is we'll get much better margins. The problem is it's just taking a while for all this stuff to grow. What about candles for the art table? Oh yeah, I've got some spare candles, but yeah, we'll probably need to replace those soon. I am curious once we pull the crops if we have to like re-till the soil or if it just slapped down the next set of seeds. I do wish it was different buttons for digging up versus filling in, just to save me effort. You feel like the patrons are going to pee in the garden? How rude. I mean, if they do, we will definitely be meeting the broom. I also wonder if we get upgraded tools or anything like that later. I haven't seen anything like that in the game. But if we only have to like till this once, it probably doesn't matter. They get rid of the backyard? There's a backyard too. Just up here. There's also new areas on the map to like the up and down. There's a place you can go on the map as well. Hey, Proger, how's it going? Nice, we have to download again? You know, I've been enjoying it. This is only the second stream we've done of this game on the current version. I played once way back, was really early access. But haven't gotten back to it since. Alright. Okay. Please let me walk through those. Okay. That's fine. Alright, and that and that. I'm definitely not arranging this in at all a good way. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of those already prepped. Alright, so next things I want to do is I need to stock up on wood a little bit more and my other supplies. Doing good? Good to hear. But yeah, so lately with like Medieval Dynasty, I've been just doing a straightforward playthrough, like no big challenge around that, building our town, doing all that. You know, basically what the game is. But one thing I have been doing is with Farming Simulator 22, which is just a farm sim game. Hey, the Inns! Thank you so much for the raid. I do hope you had yourself a good stream. If you'll bear with me, I will try and, like, what were you playing today? I'm sorry, I'm like, my brain's in like 3 different places. But what were you playing today, and how was your stream and all that good stuff? And thank you for the follow, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so what are you playing, and how was your stream? And bear with me, I will get you a shout out real fast. Looks like you're playing some Coral Island. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a file right there, because I am a very big fan of Coral Island. When 1.0 dropped, we did do a full playthrough on the channel to like completion and all that. Coral Island, very genuinely, if we're looking at the games that came out this last year, Coral Island is probably my favorite. Just being real with that. Gonna get those going. I'll need more trees to chop. Which for our run, we married, oh crap, I blanket on her name. The Baker. Oh no. It's been too long since I played, I've already forgotten. Why can I not remember? Eva. Is that Eva? I think that's Eva. But yeah, the Baker. We put it up for a chat vote. Forgot the name of the wife. Yeah, in Coral Island. I mean, I haven't played in a while. It happens. I only have to make sure I keep track of my actual wife's name. Forgetting that gets you in real trouble. But yeah, no, it's just been a little while since I've properly played Coral Island. Like, you want to marry Raj? We have a clip that, I don't remember what we were doing in the game, but I was discussing something, and my wife had been making dinner and had come up to like give me the dinner that she had been making, and she was just like, Raj is hot. Good for Raj. It was a fun moment. To which, you know, there was no argument. Raj is hot. Like, it's just the way it is. Facts are facts. Okay, so you're gonna go to purple. I guess we're just making vegetable. Okay. I guess we're just making vegetable, like, soup, stew, whatever. Yeah, no, for me, originally it was like the ones I would mostly consider pursuing. Oh, looks like those are done. They stopped being watered. Plant 10 seeds and harvest the crops when they're ready. Yay! That took forever. So do I just have to re-water them, or do I have to re-till the soil? Looks like just water them. Excellent, that's fine. Okay. You find everyone equally hot, but Raj is 20% hotter, so Raj is it. I mean, fair. They have definitely made Raj a very attractive person. So what is this thing I'm looking at? A grinder. Grinds cereals and other ingredients. Okay. So I can make flour. All right. Keep some malted barley going. I'll need hops for that. We'll make some wheat flour. I'm gonna try and wait to open up until I at least have food to sell. Because we've got really fancy beer, and that's it. And while we could say liquid lunch, in-game it's 7:40 in the morning. That's liquid breakfast. Alright, I can make some rice porridge. Alright, so let's go ahead and start making this happen. Alright, so we technically have actual food in here now. We're gonna open up. And I will probably have to run back and grab more food and toss it in here in a minute. And we'll make barley porridge as well. Grab our flour. Now you have different dishes and drinks on your tavern's menu. A wide variety of dishes and drinks for sale, more money and reputation you'll gain. Remember that clients only appreciate variety if the recipes are completely different. Different ingredients or modifications to a single recipe do not provide some variety bonus. I've got like the fanciest beer here, and you're going to go ahead and order water? Come on. Next you're going to complain that your water's watered down, because that happens. Quite a bit, actually. There you go. First sale of the fancy beer. Bam. Almost 4 silver. Alright. I know they're at the counter there. Everything got dirty at the same time. Okay. And we'll definitely want to go in here and... I think our reputation... Are we at 4 or 5? Oh, we can also unlock more things. I totally forgot about this. We can get a large bench, simple stoneworks, lighting. Those don't exist in the game yet, early access problems. We can build storage, furniture, stone construction, copper smelting. An advanced logger. There, we just bought a bunch of everything because why not? Take my points. I don't want them. No farming sim tonight? I usually play 2 different games on the channel every single day. And we're still in like the first half of the stream. So like to give you an idea, I don't think I've played farming sim on the first half of the stream yet. When I usually say something else later, it's usually when I don't know what I'm playing later. Now, it could very well be farming sim. There's actually a pretty good chance it will be farming sim. But I haven't fully committed, because actually, honestly, until we start reaching the holidays, my usual... Stop trying to clean the table, clean the floor. My usual thing is when we get to the split, I would put it up for vote on what we were playing. And I'll probably do that in the future too. But it's just been kind of, we hit this time of year that, hey, we have an enchanted broom? Question mark? Oh, I think this is the broom that if I I have to close the tavern to put it down. But it's a broom that will automatically clean stuff. It's not super duper fast at it, but it's still automatic. You can fly? Oh yeah, so, Electric Pixel Engineering claiming a 7 stream streak. Caught the last 7 streams without fail. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, no, it's just a thing on the channel that, like I said, normally in the past, what would end up happening is we'd hit the halfway point in the stream. We'd put up a vote, and people could use their points to put in extra votes, so that way, you know, people who tune in regular can kind of weigh in a little bit more, like fudge the numbers a little bit. But, with hitting the holidays, like, we had all the releases that happened right at the holidays, and that gave us a lot of different games to check out. But now that the holiday's over, we've kind of hit that slump, where there's not going to be that many releases coming up in the next couple of weeks, that, you know, it's been kind of harder to decide, like, what to put on the list and all that. And then there's been games that I have been just really into, so like when I do the vote, it'll only be between like 1 or 2 games. It's like, I'll just do what I want, which has gone pretty well actually. But I've got that going on. But yeah, nah, more than likely for the second half of stream, the most likely games I'll play is either Medieval Dynasty or Farm Sim. I am starting to get to the point, I mentioned it a couple times, I do think I'm getting to the point that I'm getting pretty close to the point where I'll put aside Medieval Dynasty for a while. Like, I enjoy the game, but it is getting to a repetitive phase where I feel like I'm just going up and like putting up like the same kind of walls and all that. There's more to do in the game, like I haven't finished it, but it also doesn't have a clear like end game, a clear goal other than make town bigger. So it feels like more of a game I'd play off-stream than on-stream at this phase. Now, I realize I'm saying that with Farm Sim being the other game, which we're harvesting wheat. But at least usually every couple streams, it's, okay, now I've got a bakery. Okay, now I've got a granary. Okay, now I've got the new piece of equipment. So, I don't know. Even though it's like, there's actively more things happening at any given moment, even if the progression is slower but more meaningful feeling to me. What about a fresh start for... have I played Cuisinier? I have not yet. I don't think I'd be playing another start fresh with Medieval Dynasty for a while, Strider. Like, it's a game that's early access. I'd probably wait until... Is it early access? I'd probably wait until, like, their next major update to break it back out. Outside of if I was like doing a collab with other creators or something, because then the big thing there is the collab. It just happens to be Medieval Dynasty would be the game. But yeah, I know it's because also still a variety streamer. I am deliberately trying to avoid playing the same game a bunch of times back to back to back kind of thing. Because that runs me into the problems like we had with Project Zomboid, where I had a really good time with Project Zomboid, but it kind of became the thing people came here for. And it became a problem. That as Project Zomboid, you know, it had been a long time since there'd been an update. There weren't that many big creators hopping into it and that kind of stuff. And so as a result, there just weren't new people getting into Project Zomboid on that big of a level. And so the channel was like suffering really badly because it was dipping. There was I can probably actually show it. I actually pulled up at the end of the year like how my first year streaming went, how the second year streaming went, how the third year streaming went. And you could see when I was on the world record run in Project Zomboid, like while I was alive, and like the day it died. You could very distinctly see like right when it died in November, and just the viewership went like that straight down. Because, you know, Project Zomboid wasn't that hot of a game anymore. And I was no longer on the world record run, so I didn't have that big draw from that. And like it just continued to like dip down. And people was like, oh, well, that's when you switch off Zomboid. It's like, nah, I didn't switch off Zomboid till like February or March this year. And you just watch that continue to just go down from playing Project Zomboid still. That's when I stopped playing Project Zomboid, was the moment my variety content was just pulling in better numbers, and it's like, all right, well, now is the time to switch. And I did the switch, and since I've done the switch, while it's been a slow climb back up, it has been kind of a gradual climb. But I've been very happy with how last year went. Like, from the beginning of last year, it's been a very steady but slow climb, versus with Zomboid, it was a spike up and then a slam down real fast, just because, you know, it was a game that I got in at the right time, and all that. I believe we are out of food. Oh, no, I have one more soup. And now I don't. Closing time. Get out. Hey, the very last Lardine on their 55 stream streak. Been here for all 55 of the last streams without fail. So, holy crap. Getting your extra 450 points. That is absurd. So thank you so much for, you know, being here so much. It does mean a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, people arrive from the game you're playing, because there isn't a really good way to be like, I want to search for chill vibes. Like, people can say their stream has chill vibes. Yeah, so we've got our enchanted broom now. Cool. Almost 2 months of stream. So technically, it's more than 2 months of streams, because I don't stream every single day. So you gotta take like four plus days off kind of for each month. All right, so let's quickly check to see if we have any more beer going down here. Okay, so none of the beers are ready quite yet. All right, so we can make fancy stuff. So let's make a dark beer. We had flour, but I don't have a recipe to go with the flour. Hey, Insane Spork. Darcy, I actually didn't arrive with Zomboid. Someone referred me to you, and you thought I'd give a look. Yeah, I know. Just different channels I ran into over the time. Like, that's honestly where like so many of the people who view your channels come from. It's just over time you'll find other people like you network with, that you make friends with, that kind of thing. And that they end up, you know, bringing their audiences and all that. All right, so am I missing a bench? We have the blacksmithy's table. This isn't the blacksmithing table. I haven't built the blacksmithing table. There's our problem. So I need 5 plates, and I need a whole bunch of planks. So start working on that. Zero Waster or Mr. Nice Gamer? Yeah. But, you'll definitely, like, a lot of your audience comes through stuff like raids and all that. Like, very genuinely. You certainly get some organically through the game's pages and all that, which that boils down to it. But that's part of the reason why game selection actually does matter on Twitch. Not that you have to like play whatever the hip new popular game. A lot of that time they'll actually work against you. But genuinely most of the time when people raid back and forth, they're going to be raiding back and forth to people playing similar or the same game kind of thing. Or it's just someone you already know makes good content. But you usually find them by being brought to them through games that are similar and all that. So, like, where I'm playing Traveler's Rest, you know, sure, there really is not much viewership for Traveler's Rest on the platform, but it's kind of okay, because I've got a lot of people who know me through playing slice of lifestyle games, and this is a slice of lifestyle game. So, you know, there's a good chance people pop over from that. Plus, I've already got a, you know, fairly decent established audience. So I can kind of work as well. But, it is one of those things that your game choices kind of do matter. Not you have to, like, make sure everything is a strategic move and yada yada yada. But it is those things about creating opportunities. Creating situations where opportunity can happen. Yep. Oh yeah, and that's, like, the other thing is, like, shoutouts. You know, doing all sorts of stuff. Definitely is another thing that encourages and helps people. So you still need a lot more of these. It'll need 5 of the plates, which we have not made any. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then we can get ourselves a blacksmith. I didn't even realize I hadn't made that yet. We got a bunch of recipe fragments. So we can go through our demonic portal thing up here and, what? Well, I can't interact with it for what it's worth. I was wondering if I would be able to, like, go after the turkey for food, but apparently not. That's fine, whatever. So let's run back down here, because this is the way to the portal. Because they have meat and everything in the game, but I haven't figured out... I mean, you might just have to buy it. Yeah, I don't know if those things aren't implemented yet, wherever the scenario stuff they've got there. We'll see. You can hit them? It wasn't letting... Oh, is it a broom? I don't kill the turkey with a broom, do I? I was trying to hit it with an axe or whatever. Oh. You apparently do kill it with a broom. Okay. But the axe, which actually makes sense for a weapon for whatever, is just right out. No axe. Let's go through our portal real fast and get ourselves some more recipes. Cool. I didn't even look at what recipes we got. We just... If it was a recipe and I could afford it, we bought it. We haven't actually been able to do much of the recipes, but a big part of that is I just need more of a lot of things. I was curious if we could, like, dig that up or something like that. If we go to the guard, he just waves at us no and doesn't dialogue or anything. Which I take as, that's not implemented yet, so come back later. Just early access things. Alright, so let's see if we can't make some food. Keep that going. And how are we doing here? We've got the wood planks. Oh, we might be able to make the blacksmith tools. I should also buy seeds. Keep trying to make this happen. Alright, that's all we're going to be able to afford. It takes a while before the seeds actually show up. Okay, so we can make meat broth. So stuffed turkey, I need raisins and red wine, a whole bunch of stuff. So make a meat broth with turkey. You make a malted barley. I need more hops still. And we'll make rice flour. If you've seen some angry turkeys in your day, I would never go after one of the broom. Yeah, turkey is a big old bird. Alright, so let's run outside. We have the orders here, which I haven't really been able to do much with those. Oh, I could make green tea if I had the ingredients. It's fine. Those aren't here yet. Grab more water. Go ahead and mine this just because. You set up your first bank card today. Cool. That's my thing, is I'm still waiting, right before New Year's, at a fraudulent transaction on my card. Credit card, not debit or whatever. So I'm still waiting for the new one to come in. Which has been good, because, like, one of my big New Year's resolutions was to, you know, eat out a little bit less. Not that I've been particularly bad on it, but, you know, probably more than I should. I was like, yeah, I wanna tone down how much I'm eating out. Not having a working card has definitely helped that while I wait for the replacement to come in. Which should be like any day now. I didn't check the mail today. Could have very well been in the mailbox today. But it's been a little bit of a pain. Okay, you're waiting for Cash App to open your card again because they messed up your stuff? It asked for like 40 pictures? Gotcha. They're doing a bunch of like verification where you have to like show an ID, show a whole bunch of nonsense. Yeah, I didn't have to go through all that hassle, it's just... Your husband is proud of you. You haven't bought any Lego at all this year? Nice. We can make some onion soup. Let's see. Yeah, they keep telling you it's too blurred when it's clearly not. Then you just stop using bots for some things. Oh yeah, so just doing like an image recognition thing, and either it's got a glare, or it's blurry, or the angle's not perfect and all that. Yeah, that's I've had a few things like that. Get some more porridge. Get some more light malt. Alright. Before we open up for the day, while that food is going, I want to run over here real fast. Checking the blacksmith. I keep dragging it to that bar when that's not where it needs to go. Oh. Alright, so you make a torch and barrel support stands. Interesting. And we would need more planks for those. We don't really have. Yeah, so you want a bunch of things I can't make. I wish it was a little easier to tell when stuff was ready to be harvested and all that. And maybe it will be. Maybe it's just I haven't had enough that's ready to go. Alright, so that's the last seeds we need. Alright. Get more crops down. I missed a spot. Did I miss a spot? What's going on here? There you go. Let's see. LEGO released a retro roller skate, but it only makes one skate. You're gonna have to buy 2 kits. Who wants just one skate? Hey, Butte, how's it going? I mean, sometimes you just have to get 2 skates. It'd be silly not to, right? Need to top all these things off because weirdly every machine in this place requires like coal to run, like every single one. We'll just go ahead and make that with the rest of it and be done with it. Alright, so that's about to be done. We have literally nothing else here we can cook and all that. What's the agenda? So for the first part of stream, we are playing this, and the second part of stream, we will figure it out when we get there. I don't really have a huge plan on what it is. We've just been playing some Tavern's Rest in the meantime. I need to make more tables and all that. Oh, that reminds me. There we go. Okay. So we got more variety of food now. But drink-wise, you're kind of on your own. We serve water. Because you only do the fanciest beers, and those take a long time to age. You go, little enchanted broom. Thanks, friend. Okay. Water your favorite? Because I need it to live? I feel like me and water 70% just get each other. That 70% of me just really understands water. I literally just when corrected your yelling. Stop doing it. Okay. We just click on a molecular level. Uh-huh. Get out. I had to stop pet the cat in the middle of this. It's fine. It'd be really nice. We keep putting all this money into what's eventually going to be food for ourselves, like growing all these crops, you know, getting more and more beer to age and all that. And we haven't been getting our payout yet. It's just kind of all tied up in it. So I am looking forward to when that starts to actually cash in. We're basically going for a much higher margin later at the expense of, you know, we're serving water right now. So that enchanted broom is really nice. Best water in town. Pretty much. Straight from the well. Okay. How are we doing on our food supply? We're doing well. But we should also, because I've been putting more stuff in, like, the kegs every day or so, we should start getting more of the really aged stuff out. Oh, I need to put more water in here. All right. And the cat's like, "Where's my water?" Okay. Would you stop it? Like, the number of belligerent customers you get in this is absolutely ridiculous compared to reality. It's like, don't get me wrong. You know, every other day in a restaurant, you'll run to that one person who's just a jerk. But, like, the fact that it's like every 5 minutes, there's just another one throwing a fit, going, like, running around between the tables, yelling at people. It's like, come on, man. All right. Blacking people is satisfying, though? Right, it is. But when you're trying to, like, do all the things that make you money, it just makes you stop doing those things to go whack them with a broom. I want the cash. It must have increased it? Maybe. It could also be there's more things that apply to it now than used to. Okay. You can never really tell with these type of things. Calling me a cultist, get out. People don't know how to behave in public post-pandemic. I haven't had too many problems. Like, don't get me wrong, there are people, but I haven't really even noticed a difference before and after so much as there are people who just like to make a scene and cause trouble and all that. Because I definitely know when I worked retail, we had plenty of people who would cause issues that... It's not often we had to throw people out, but it's not that it never happened. Like, there's just a lot of people who, they walk into a restaurant or whatever, and they get in their head that, like, this person is, like, below them or whatever, and doesn't deserve to be treated with, like, any level of dignity that, you know, they're just entitled to be treated as, you know, royalty or whatever. Very frustrating when you see people like that. Dear game does let us knock people out with the broom. Okay. Able to make a large table? I believe I gotta build more stuff. I was saying I need to do that pretty soon. I kind of don't want to, because I don't want to deal with all these people. I wanna get employees in here so I can have them do the work. Because one of those things, like, I can certainly escalate to make this more frantic, but I prefer to chill in my slice of lifestyle games. And I can certainly make it not chill by just making an overwhelming number of people. Plus, honestly, most of the time, I don't end up with much food left over. Like, we're bottlenecking a little bit. That's going to improve where I won't have that. But I'm really hoping we hit Reputation 6 so I can hire an employee or two. Yeah, no, I gotcha. It's just more things to build. We're working on it. I've been focusing more on, like, running the tavern than, like, buying a bunch of upgrades and doing all that. Like, just literally trying to get the food and all that to be better. Leaning more on the quality rather than the quantity. Start closing up in the game. But soon they're gonna start complaining about being cold. There we go, we put that back. It made more flour. I don't have any recipes I can make right now with a lot of that. We'll check on our beer stock. Alright, we got another one that's maxed out and it's aging. So grab you, put you in. And put you on tap. Cool. Well, that's fine. Alright, let's go look at some more seeds. I'm just trying to, like, continue to get, like, a variety of seeds. I don't remember if we got the sugar cane yet. I think we ran out of money for it. And we could toss in a couple bitter hops. There we go. So you need one more of these. I need more wood for more aging barrels. Because the aging barrels just... That's kind of the thing that's a bottleneck with our beer. Is being able to age enough of it at any given time so that I've got beer. There, pull up all the trees around here that I gotta go to our location to get it. Fine, just make some blocks because we can. Hey, how's it going? Alright, I think I'm cutting down too many trees. I have a whole thing that trees grow by where you also have other trees. I don't remember, I can't cut these trees. I don't remember where I can. Which it might be I can only cut trees in my property, and that's a limiter. Alright. Just thinking there's other things I can collect, because you can find stuff here and there. Yeah, I'm assuming that's another area that they haven't finished in the game yet that's just blocked off. That, like, as time goes on, those areas will be unblocked. Because early access be like that. We were fortunate down here in the past, we were able to find some fruit trees and get some extra stuff. I don't remember exactly where. Like, I keep finding all these mushrooms, which is nice. But I don't have any recipes that use mushrooms yet. At least not that I've seen. Oh yeah, we do have some stuff growing in that bush up, or the tree up there. Alright, so you can run over here. We check those trees for some extra produce and everything. And then after that we could run home, plant our new seeds, and go from there. Oh, those don't actually have produce on them. They almost have produce. I keep finding all sorts of fancy plants. I'm assuming what'll happen is eventually I'll be able to turn those fancy plants into like seasonings or like stuff we would add to our beer and all that to give it more interesting flavors and yada yada yada. Like where we can add like lemon to one of our beers to like give it a little bit extra to it. But we just need to keep unlocking tech. So I won't be able to do more with the trees at the moment. We gotta let some trees grow in here for a little bit. Alright. And we can grab the next 3. I'm also hoping some of these plants aren't one harvest that's done. There's certainly a bunch of them that are, but it'd be nice to have some plants like peppers and that you plant and just keep getting them. I see. I will say for this game versus other slice of life games, and this is an early access problem, not something I think is indicative of the end product, is I haven't felt any reason to have any dialogue with any of the other things. They just don't have the social elements of the game built in. There's also like no story going on. So like, don't get me wrong, when you play games like Coral Island and Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, the story isn't usually a really huge thing. Like Coral Island, you have where the island is financially struggling and all that, and you're trying to help the island. Stardew Valley, you have, you know, Joe Jamart has moved into the area, and it's like really, really hurting the local businesses and all that. I don't even remember what the Harvest Moon games had, but they usually have some kind of story going on. Versus this is, you load in, and you run a tavern. The end. Unless I'm missing story, which is entirely possible. So I feel like that's the things for all the cool mechanics this game has, leaves me wanting. Like wanting some direction for the game to go in. Alright, we need to plant these and get to bed. Let's see, you found a total overhaul for Star Trek mod for Stellaris that takes about half as much storage space as the game itself. That didn't surprise me. When you look at a lot of the games, it's the assets like the models, the textures, and all that, which is where all the big files are. Like the game's logic is usually, as far as file size, relatively small. All right. We're good with all that. Let's check on our beers, see if we got our beer ready to rock and roll. We do. So I need to get new beers going soon, because now I have 2 beers on tap. We still have a decent number of meals. Oh, here we go. It's finally time. Alright, so we got a ton of plants we could use to make a bunch of recipes. Which is one thing I've been waiting on, is to be able to do that. Another thing I appreciate that's like low-key a thing is that I don't have to like fill up my water can again and again. It's not up to you say like literally just not having a feature is a plus, but I mean it is. Okay, so we can get the big thing there. We don't have enough stuff for more aging barrels yet. That's fine. All right, let's talk kitchen. What do you got for me? Let's actually start here. So let's make malted barley. I still need hops. We're not getting any more beer until we get hops, and I'm probably gonna have to just order the hops directly. And unfortunately, we're not getting a whole lot of porridge and all that. Where I got a ridiculous amount of produce variety, I don't have much I can do with it yet. It's fine. I mean, I have the wrong hops is the issue. I need to get the, the hops we have unlocked. Let's actually check our, where was the tech? Oh, we have levels. Yeah, we want to get more varieties of hops to start expanding all these. Alright, well, I guess we open. Yeah, so we still got a bunch of recipes in here. Now I can do vegetable broth. We'll add tomatoes and carrots. Check one thing real fast. Alright. So if I had lettuce, I could make that. Can you go upstairs? Yes, there's just nothing there yet. I believe you can expand things. Do you want that beer? You want the water? You want the red beer? Okay. Yes, I'm just gonna have to probably buy the hops directly or something like that. Because if we start having casks without beers aging in them, that means we have a gap in my sales and all that. How is our reputation? Where can we check that? So it says reputation 5. I'm assuming the satisfaction, when that fills up, our reputation goes up. It's not entirely clear. But yeah, no, if I go upstairs real fast, it's just this big. If I hit... Oh, I can't do it yet. Later on, you're able to expand that space. Alright, they want the green label beer. Because at 6 I can get employees, which is the reason I want to get to 6. Unacceptable loss of beer. Exactly. What is going on here? We are running a tavern. That we brew beer, we cook meals, and then we sell stuff, and occasionally we pet a cat. Alright, so you want the red label, which is the one that has all the different varieties of hops in it. You want a green label. That's fine. Giving people porridge and beers and soups and stews and whatever else we got. You want a water. Let's see, you'll have a pint of the darkest brew and roast, good sir. What do we even have right now? Because we can make a lot of stuff, I think. Yeah, so I think we have a lager and a mild brew at the moment. I've got a bunch of stuff still aging that gets a bit more interesting than that, but that's what you start off with, is the light, like just a mild ale. And then we moved on to a lager, and we got a bunch of other stuff. Table's getting dirty. Okay. And we'll go to either food or our beer runs out. The food's got a long way till we run out, but the beer is getting getting down there. They can't stay. You popped to say hello. Well, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. All right. I got an achievement called Small Business for getting 100 gold coins. Heck yeah. I have a feeling that that's from not only this run, but the last one we messed with a while back too, because I'm pretty sure we haven't made 100 gold in this run so far. Considering we're only about 11 days in, and I'm pretty sure we haven't had a day we've made more than 2 coins. So, you know, I'm doing my math here, and it's not working out. That guy heard the owner was a cultist? Yeah, always. Oh, and the only beer we serve is Grand Reserve. That's been aged accordingly. No cheap right off the assembly line beer here. Okay. Alright, so we're getting plenty of sales going on. Kind of the tables real fast while we're down here. Alright. So we're over halfway through the red label, and the green label is just about gone. I want to talk to you to calm me down. There you go. I also just realized you don't have any water on tap. Okay. Yeah, so I've got five green label, 9 red label, and then a bunch of water. Like, the water we're not going to run out of. Get out. Causing trouble. Get out. Hey, Steak, how's it going? Hireable staff. Oh my god, finally. Finally, we can hire staff. I don't have to do it all myself anymore. So after the end of this in-game day, we're hiring some freaking staff. I remember, if I recall correctly, they had the way the system worked is based on your reputation and how many staff members you could have. So, like, you'd only get, like, 1 or 2 people who can pop in. Okay. Alright, we're getting that all going. Things are going properly around here. Okay. I'm also noticing, so I've been working trying to find a tool to do this, but with like the chat stuff going on, I've been looking for a thing that combines the chat. I've noticed it does have some has some pretty bad limitations. Like, it doesn't show when someone redeems a stream streak to show, like, how many streams they've done. I can't see it. I've also noticed when AutoMod flags something, like, I can see it on where I have just Twitch chat, but the thing that combines them all, it just doesn't show up one way or the other. So that'll be another thing that'll prevent me from using it as, like, the main tool kind of thing. Because I'm really kind of hoping I could use it as the main one and put it up here where I've got my Twitch chat, where I look into the camera when I'm reading it, but the cat really makes it all work. I mean, it's the mascot of the bar. Why do you think everyone's here? Alright, so we only got 6 beers left before we're all out. Pretty soon they're going to start whining about it being cold. Hey, it's just, how's it going? The business owner has a cat, 300% more likely to go there. It's true. Why do you think cat cafes are a thing? It's a coffee place, but they do more business because cats. Oh, come on. There. Stop harassing my other customers. Normally I'm closed by now in the game, but I am trying to let them just, run us out of beer real fast. There's the last of the green label. Got 2 red labels left. Who wants them? Oh, nope. They're announcing it's cold. I can start the fire, but we're not doing it. We're telling everyone to get out. It's closing time. You're gonna have to go home, but you can't stay here. Can you warm things up, barkeep? No, it's closing time. Get out. Do a dark malt. Yes, we're still waiting on a bunch of the other flours. That'd just be for the barley. We don't need more of that flour. Make ourselves some more soup. Your sister always hated that song because it always used to play when we were heading to school. The closing time song. Interesting. Like, that was just the show would end around the right time for that. Is that what I'm understanding? Because admittedly, that's pretty funny. Also, as a kid, probably a really big bummer. Alright, so for large table, I need 20 of those, so I'm going to need even more logs. Alright, I'll wait to chop down any trees until there's at least 2 trees worth of saplings nearby. That way, hopefully we can keep boosting our numbers in that. Alright, so I need, I believe it's these hops. Was it the bitter hops I need? I get 10 of these just in case. I'm pretty sure I'm good on the aroma hops. These are other ingredients. I mean, I'm assuming we'll be able to fish in a whole bunch of stuff later. Alright, so let's pop in here and look for other random things we can fill in. We got a bunch of those, we got a bunch of these. I don't think we've got potatoes ready. Let's go ahead and put down a bunch of potatoes. Get a lot more lettuce so we can at least make some salads. Get a lot more green tea so we can green tea it up. Get some garlic because I mean, you don't need a reason it's garlic. It's just garlic. There isn't a second part, it's just garlic. Get some cucumbers, and that's gonna take care of all that. Alright. How am I doing time-wise? We're doing pretty good. Tim will be home relatively soon. And for those who don't know, my wife Toom does get home around 9 p.m. EST, so that's my time. So usually around there, I'll take a quick like minute or two break, 3 break, whatever. But it ends up being like my one major break during the stream that I go and I take, usually to grab food or whatever. I've already got the food cooking, just more chili in the crock pot. So it's literally just go downstairs, toss in a bowl, call it a day. But that'll be a thing that happens on a little bit later on during the stream. After which, then we get back to it. It used to be that was when we did the game switchover because it worked out that way. But where I've kind of moved my schedule stream-wise to, because it was starting at, oh, there's a piece of grass here. Where I was starting my stream at 5 p.m. EST and then going till 4 a.m. EST. When we did our switch, when Toom's work schedule got moved temporarily, we switched it to 7 p.m. for start, my time. Because it just made more sense. I could eat dinner with Toom and everything before I start streaming after she got off work. But now it's just too much of an hour's difference. Can't really make that work. But we're back into this, and with the shortened hours, shortened still being 9 hours, this isn't a really good way to make it fit. So it is kind of just an awkward timing thing. Because I do gotta eat. Thing that has to happen. Still require food to sustain life. Alright, so we got another one that's done. And fortunately at the moment I don't have another beer to toss in for aging. We'll get that soon though. Yeah, we're gonna hold off burning more of our stuff on that right now. Yeah, so it was the tan ones we need for that. Oh, I also need different types of yeast. Alright, well, I'll need to remember that in the future that I need different kinds of yeast and honey to make more beer. We already spent our money. Oh, do I already have stuff to throw in here? Cool. And how are we doing with this? You want a whole bunch of things I can't give you. So, good luck. Hey, getting rough. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream today and what were you playing and all that good stuff? What's good having you in Raiders? Sorry about that. Bad timing on my part. Okay. Yeah, sorry your stream. What were your stream? All that good stuff. Okay. And I do not have any saplings. The seed should be here pretty much by now, if not already. Get back into Product Salad. Figured to put on stream. Gotcha. Well, I hope you had yourself a good stream. Where are my seeds? Need to plant them. I'd like to plant them. Give seeds. Oh. So I don't know what room I'm supposed to put these in. Maybe they go down here? Because it made the thing for holding barrels. There. Oh, I guess what you'd end up doing is you'd put that in there. Garen says, cautiously optimistic about build 42 of this year, so I want to be sure the rust is off. Alright, well, we'll just get him in the morning, I guess. Yeah, no, I do think build 42 is going to be good. Like, this is the stance I've given a bunch of times. I do think it is going to be good. I do think a lot of people are expecting it to be, like, they're putting their expectations higher than is realistic to be delivered, is the way I will phrase it. That they're just not keeping it within a reasonable like range or whatever you want to call it. And I feel like a lot of people are going to disappoint themselves because of that. But I think it's going to be good overall. Like, I do think a bunch of it's like all going to be excellent additions to the game and all that. It's just where a lot of people are thinking it's going to completely change the game and like make it feel like it has a fresh end game that you can play for thousands more hours or whatever. I think people end up being disappointed by that. Like, everything I've seen, I don't see the end game changing that meaningfully. Like, it'll be different. But it won't be suddenly the end game is like super rich and in depth. I think Project Zomboid will still have the problem of once you tick all your boxes, they're ticked. There's not like you've finished a run as far as new things to do. It's just the nature of the game. And it's not even a bad thing either. The game has very meaningful progression, but the problem is once you've done it, you've done it. For that run, you can certainly start a new run and all that. Alright, is there more I need to grab? Nope, looks like we're good. You did enjoy Starfield after all. Yeah, no, I enjoyed Starfield. Like, I personally feel how much hate Starfield got is not reasonable or fair. Is it an amazing game that, like, completely revolutionized gaming? No. Is it, like, the worst thing that has ever seen the face of gaming? Also no. But I find that's pretty normal for any time a new game comes out these days. Is you'll have people preach up that as like the worst abomination that everyone should be ashamed for liking it kind of thing. It's like, no, I feel like you're overreacting about 10 different levels. Little bit. But yeah, no, I felt Starfield was perfectly fine. It does have its problems, like the loading screens are a lot. Like, I'm not saying it's a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, but where it was so vilified by some people, I also feel that's not reasonable either. Oh, right, I can hire people. Here are your employees. You can see prospective employees. There are 4 types, but you can only hire one of each. Employees can have up to 3 positive traits and 1 negative trait. As your reputation increases, you'll be able to hire higher level workers with better traits. This panel shows the profession points available, which can be assigned to improve an employee's traits. Employees' maximal hourly wages are listed. Once they're hired, you can lower their wage by reducing their traits levels or removing tasks from their schedule. Okay, so they're valued, so I have to pay them more. Culinary prowess. the prices of dish served are higher. Butterfingers, the chance of wasting a drink serving from the tap. Popular, more customers will show up over our capacity. Sober drinker, higher priced age of light drinks. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see, unpleasant atmosphere, reputation of orders filled. Higher price of reserve drink. You've already hired an employee. Are you sure you want to replace them? I may have an employee, singular. This saddens me greatly. Your first employee will start working as soon as you open the tavern. Okay. Well. Let's see, but how much did you put into it? Sorry, I'm missing something. You didn't enjoy Starfield after all? Yeah, yeah, I don't necessarily weigh a game by how many hours I put into it kind of thing. That's certainly a metric you can go by. There's certainly an argument to be made for dollars to time. Like that is a thing you can be fair about. But at the same time, that's not the only thing. There are some story games that are absolutely amazing and are only like 5 hours long. Just the same as there's some games that don't really have much story, but they have good gameplay that you could sink in literally thousands of hours. To me, none of those is inherently better than each other. It's just different considerations. Yeah, let's get different yeasts here in the future. We'll do one round of wheat. So I should have built-in mod menu like other games they made. Yeah, it's been a weird thing that a lot of games lately have been moving away from using the Steam Workshop, and I find that very annoying. Like that's a criticism I will give a Farm Simulator, is they have their own mod thing, and theirs is actually relatively good. But you know, because it's built into the game itself, which I think is reasonable. But there's a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them that they'll be like, go over to this third-party website to download your mods, or you know, we have our own store that you have to, you know, leave the game to go to just to get your mods. It's like, all right, hear me out though. What if I didn't have to do that? Like, what if I just could, you know, like, play the game kind of thing? Let's see, trust you, you don't want Valve to do your mods? Why would that be? Is there a reason that you shouldn't have Valve do your mods? Because, I mean, the only thing I see is that they don't allow quality standards. So you want a limited mod situation where you have to have a good enough mod to be permitted to have a mod in the store. I don't think I've seen a single platform that's true of. Because, I mean, there are some terrible mods for pretty much every game that allows modding. Nexus mod page. They have terrible stuff too. I'm not saying everything on there is terrible, but they have terrible stuff too. I've had to use Nexus for stuff before. I've seen some absolute garbage on there. That's just modding. Not all mods are good. Some are really bad. Where's my employee? Where's my employee? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no, it was Stardew Valley we went through Nexus mod, and I ran into all sorts of headaches with it. No, but seriously, where is my employee? Where are you? This is your employee panel. You'll be able to manage your employees. Employees will come to work as long as you open the tavern and have the working option checked. If you uncheck it, where is the working option is checked. In this section, you can decide which task the employee will perform. By unchecking a task, the worker will stop performing that task. So there are fewer checks, you can lower their wage. By assigning profession points, you'll be able to improve the employee's traits. As long as it has been unlocked, you'll be able to activate any levels of employee trait. The lower level will reduce their bonus, but will also make the employee salary cheaper. Cool. But where is my employee? Sometimes the employees take the day off. Oh, there's my employee. Your new bartender has started working. Remember, the bartender will not bring drinks to the table, but will leave them at the beverage table. It will be up to you or a waiter to pick them up and bring them to the customer. That's fine. So do you only do drinks or do you do food as well? You do? Okay. Cool. No, I hired him early on. It's just didn't quite get to that point. All right. Hey, Layla Sims, how's it going? Yeah, so now we can start expanding our place now that we've got that all situated. I don't have our beer ready, right? No, I don't. Okay, well, you deal with that. I'm gonna run back here for just a minute. We'll make a pale ale with wild berries, blueberries, and grapes. It'll be a really fruity pale ale. I need more water before I can do stuff with that. Pop it here real fast. Oh, it's not out yet. I just put it in. I'm doing good. Just doing some Tavern's Rest. Alright, so I need to run out here, top off my water real quick. Okay. Make it dark. Yeah, so we could definitely expand the number of tables we've got. Because about the only thing I have to do is grab their drink orders and walk them back and occasionally clean the tables. Let's see, you're having your first proper meal, and it's 4 sandwiches from McDonald's. Okay. Very healthy ideas, but I was like, alright, that's always rough. I mean, I can't say much. We're having... Oh, what was it? We're having 2 days we've had chili. That's gonna be including today. We're having chili that I've got cooked. I don't remember, what did we have? Oh, we had a charcuterie the other day. So while it may not be fast food, it's not exactly the healthiest choices. Not upset with it. The big thing I'm going to try and do... Your employee is taking a break. Sometimes employees go out to rest for a few minutes. If you think their break time is excessive, you can always approach them and make them return to their post. Okay, you've been on break too long. No. Like, you stepped away from the counter for 30 seconds. Too long. Get out. Okay. Yeah, so definitely want to put a bunch more tables in here and all that. Chili is very healthy depending on what you put in it. Yeah. It can be. Like, it's not bad. Like, it definitely could be way worse. Alright, we're all out of beer. You bought it all, it's all gone. We've only got 3 green teas left. And then it's closing time. Alright, after that point, I'll end up, probably taking my couple-minute break to welcome my wife home and everything. She should be getting home pretty soon. Just trying to wait to make sure she's actually home, because that's when that happens. I'll hear like the neighbor pull up, and I'll be like, oh, okay, she's home, and I'll go down, like, start my break, and then she's not home. It's like, well, crap. Have some tap water, everyone, and by that I mean get the hell out. Alright, so we still have plenty of food there. And clean the tables. Alright, you're out of here. Still need more ingredients for the other stuff. I'm still waiting for the other stuff to get ready to put in the aging barrel. Need that and a bunch more planks. Let's also check, do we have... We don't have enough points to level up anything. And we can unlock another kind of beer. We'll do advanced pale ales. Yay, new recipes. Okay. I vaguely remember the last time we played this, I think we got to about the point that we're expanding the upstairs is when we kind of switched off of it. Alright, so we didn't make as much money today as we did last time. Makes sense. We have an employee now. We have to pay them, so that does cut into our margins. So let's go ahead and get some dual hops. Get some bitter hops growing. Get some aroma hops going. And put in some onions. All right. I'm probably gonna need to do stuff like buy oil. So we can make a porter or a bock. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a porter for the first batch. Sure. It'll be a blueberry porter, I guess. That doesn't sound good, but it's whatever. Because it does mean I can put the port or whatever, the pale ale in there. Now I got all those operating. We'll definitely want to get more recipes. Alright, so we need a lot more of a lot more. 35 planks. Which I have like no trees really. Okay. Mostly just running around collecting stuff while I wait for the seeds to arrive. I can mine a bunch more, but we haven't needed that. Like I said, I think all these areas will open up later on in early access. I can't seem to do anything to interact with that either. I can only assume we get, like, fishing stuff later and all that as well. But thus far, I haven't seen anything. I don't care about the dialogue. I think with, like, the dialogue and all that, that's not gonna feel meaningful until they get to the point that, the social stuff is in the game. Alright, so we've got most of that planted. So that's 9 tiles. This will be 18. All right. You got food on the way? Nice. Alright. I really am hoping we get better tools and all that over time. I'd imagine you'd need to. I mean, I guess not. The tools are relatively efficient? I don't know. I'd expect something like sprinklers or the equivalent, or more area coverage stuff. Alright, and we have onions. You know, I saw a spot over here. Is there one more spot? Yeah, there is. No, there isn't. Okay. Go ahead and at least make it 3 so I can just water them as a set. Alright, so we've got all that taken care of. We already topped off our water, right? Alright. And there's no more seeds in our inventory. There we go, we can sort. Cool. Alright, so let's see what we've got even back here. So all those are still going. We don't have anything beer-wise to put on the tap. Nothing new to add there. Keep making different malts. Can leave that alone. What do we have as far as our food? Is there something I should be restocking on? We got a bunch of vegetable soups and porridge. And unfortunately, I don't think there's anything else we can make right now. We need more ingredient variety. Because the roasted barley isn't food, it's for making alcohol. Yeah, a lot of these require some type of either dairy or protein or whatever. Oh, I need to make dough. Well, how do I make dough? Because I have things that use dough. And I have flour. But I do not believe I have the information I need to make dough yet. It could be there's a machine I haven't unlocked. Let's see if there's anything obvious on any of these. We made the blacksmith table. Otherwise, we've got pretty much everything else here. We have an aging shelf for curing products. Nothing else there that screams anything to me. These are just supplies here. We already have the anvil. It just makes candle holders and that kind of stuff. This doesn't add a whole lot. That just has wood. Am I missing things? It's probably stuff I have to unlock through here. Yeah, so it's probably... Well, I mean, I built a couple of things. They have furniture, outdoor workshops. Basic foraging. So yeah, it looks like I have to go into these areas. And just kind of going through. I don't have enough blue points or whatever they are. Okay, we already got all that set up. Okay. I guess I don't really have a whole lot I want us to work on right now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly have our character go to sleep. And I'm going to take my quick little break here. And then we'll get back to it. So I do apologize about the break being kind of like in the middle of the content and all that, versus like the switch over. Just trying to navigate how the schedule change is happening. But thanks so much for everyone who's been tuning in so far, and I do appreciate you all hanging out and doing all this. You know, don't forget to drop your files and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and put up my away screen for a couple of minutes, and I will be right back. In the meantime, make sure you're, you're stretching your legs, getting your drinks, getting your snacks, whatever you got to do to take care of yourself. It's a good time to do a little bit of self-care. All right, and I'll be back here in just a couple minutes. So thank you again. I'm okay if you're anxious, so long as we don't get anxious. Right now, I don't want to see anxious on our character. We're just going to see if our Nimble 5 will carry us through. Now our hope is that we actually got the zombies off the car. That's fine. It's good enough. All right. Hey, train, could you not? Hey, train, please. Train. No. This is not my stop, train. I don't want to go this way. Let me free. All right, so we're going to... Oh, God. And we just need to straighten it out and everything will be fine. Alright, I'm gonna do something I know is not gonna end well, but I'm gonna be cursed until it happens. Yeah, but I was just kind of showing. I talked about like putting like a giant pile of bodies to try and ramp, but you can see where you can get some pretty good air. Ah, that hurts. That was just 1 second. Like here, I'm assuming someone got a clip of it. If you have a clip of it, let me know and I'll permit you. And yeah, not enough mana. Oh no, not this again. Okay. Acid is super dangerous. Ow. I should have learned my lesson. Yeah, this has happened before. We'll see if I can actually get the cheesy strat off again. Which is when he comes here, I'm going to kick this statue at him. It might be wedged, though. Got him. Screw you, Steve. Getting all mad at me, digging holes and stuff. I mean, I'll try and blow up more if I can get my hands on more utilities that can blow up. Can I get more dynamite? It's fine. The squealing tires mean that that we're making good time. Yeah, you know, it'd be awfully... Alright, you know what? It's fine with me. Could you not bang in that door? I would like you to keep... I want the door. Stop hitting the door. I want the door. Thank you. In the meantime, I see some nature and I don't like it. Look at nature's hubris being all over the place here. How dare nature? Yeah, unfortunately you got beat up too, so... Is it just like because I had an expensive colony earlier? It's like, no, we're just gonna keep this going. Just no, never let up. Just keep it going. Ambrosia addiction, why not? Let's add it to the pile. Disease gutworms, okay. What is this? Oh, good. Ducks join. I actually would like the ducks. The ducks would be lovely. Rare thrombo. We're gonna leave those alone. They're gonna eat all my plants. It's deeply upsetting. It counts. It counts. Yeah. Your child will be 100% safe in that treehouse. I wish it kept the treehouse up there, and we could build a bridge that stands. But it takes an engineer to build a bridge that barely stands. All right, I have a potato harvest all. Mr. Theo is good at singing. I want to be like him when I grow up. What do you want to be when you grow up? Sir, that is a question that creates an existential crisis I am not prepared to fight. I can't do it. I can't stop laughing. It's gonna sound like some like horrible dog sound or something. That's awful. That's terrible. That's the one I am sending. For the record, I had to clip at least Storge. Walter's asking me questions about my coffee bean dealer. I'm not telling.
Raj is hot.
Raj is hot.
It is good for Raj.
Yes, good for Raj indeed. I love you.
I love you.
Too just like, Raj is hot. Good for Raj. Raj is like, I know. I am dapper AF. But I'm not telling. I know what he... Oh, wait. Hang on. No, stop it. Alright, let's be real careful with this. I'm not on my wheels. Nope, 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 nope. I didn't see there was a cross guard there, and I was able to drive like right over it. That's okay. We've done this before. Hey, Car, you wanna do me a solid, buddy? No, don't go anywhere. I need you. I don't actually need you, but I'm gonna. I can't see what I'm doing because of the light. That's like I see them stuck in the post, and I could probably move this around to get free from it, but I can't really make out what's happening here. So prisoner, begin converting them. So let's see. They're a tough child, and they want to be in the mines. All right. That thematically fits this in a very uncomfortable sort of way. Sitting down, you instant die. That's news. I was focusing on something else and I heard the zombie coming.
No, I told him you weren't.
Jonathan!
I saw you tag there.
Hey, where are you guys at the venue?
Where's Jonathan? Bartender Jonathan!
Up here, go check out.
Just in front of stage, center stage.
Check
I
your
see you.
asshole, Tony. How was I supposed
Oh wait,
to stop
let
it?
me check my asshole.
Wash your hands.
Just go this way.
Hello.
I was just trying to find the scarf. I was like, if I find the scarf, I'll find Marcus.
No. I got hit by something else. I saw the trigger too, and I got really going. You know what? That's gonna be an immediate problem. I can't move. I am physically one with the emeralds. The emeralds are me. I am the emerald. Help. I regret this decision. Unstuck. Okay, I'm sorry that break took so long. Give me just a minute. I am what is I am
What
back
is
and busy
that?
sorting stuff
What
real
is that?
fast. Okay.
Hang on.
All right, so sorry about that. I went to get the chili and I was like, crap, all the good spoons for actually scooping chili out, like a ladle and all that, none of them are clean because I just used them because I've been eating chili for a couple days. So I had to use like a really small spoon and just slowly work at it. It's like, this is not ideal. And Entomb hadn't actually gotten home yet. I heard the neighbor, and just, you know, traffic's rough because we're in a touristy area, New Year's and all that. But she brought me chocolate. Okay. I was something that was like, wait, this doesn't have any branding I gotta worry about on it. No, but she brought me chocolate, so your inconvenience was my gain. So I'm joking stuff. Your neighbor duped after just talking about okay, duping the neighbor. Yeah, no, it's just like at the time being like, okay, it's like 30 after. She's usually home by like, you know, 10, 15 after, unless traffic's really bad. Or, you know, something comes up at work, you know, which happens. But it does happen. Alright, why there we go. Yeah, so I do apologize for that break going longer than I expected. That is the one thing I will miss from before, or while she was on the other schedule. When you say a Bock beer, like that, I don't really know what you mean by a Bock beer. I'm assuming it's a dark beer, which is why I don't know it, because me and dark beers are not. I'm not team dark beer. Do I just have a bunch of those ready? Yeah, so you got a bunch of these ready. So let's not queue up more stuff in there. We still need more things. We're in the morning. That's right. Alright, so we're waiting for our employee to get here. German dark lager, sweet. Okay. Thank you. I actually have no idea how long the break was. I do feel like it felt like it was longer than I intended. Which again, I try not to do that. But you know, it is an unfortunate timing thing. I can't really move dinner forward because my wife's not home till now, and I don't want to start the stream. Yeah, no, if it's like 5 minutes long, I'm okay with that. If it's like 10 minutes long, that's longer than I want it to be. Where is my employee? There's like nothing to say here. They're just not here yet. Because it's really nice once I have a staff member. It really improves the efficiency of me being able to deal with stuff. Makes it a lot less me dashing around trying to handle everything. I mean, I guess it's like when you hit open, they start walking over here. But I wouldn't expect it to take this long. Okay. Like we opened the bar like over an in-game hour ago. Right, about 2 in-game hours ago we opened the bar. My staff is the worst. Like if there's a thing where they won't show up before like 9 a.m. or something like that, that would be fine. Maybe it told me and I missed it or forgot about it or something, which is totally fine. I also got an achievement for getting the cat to maximum happiness. Alright. Maybe one of the things I'll do is, I'm sure I won't like it, but take some of her money in game today and just straight up buy some like meat and all that, so I could get more variety of recipes, or like buy fish or something like that, or milk or whatever. Where is her staff member? All right. Okay. This is very odd. You've never had staff not show up in this game? Yeah, like the first day, they showed up super late. And then like the second day, we're getting the same thing. It's not like, I was checking to see if they had a trait that was like, you know, tardy or something like that. Or, you know, what's the word? Not inconsistent, like, you know, basically that they're fluky, that you couldn't count on them kind of thing. But there's nothing of that. It's just, they're just not showing up. They just don't want to be here, I guess. I mean, I guess more power to it if I'm not paying their salary, but I kind of want to have the staff member. I'm just waiting for us to, like, reach the end of the day, and that'll be when the staff member shows up and be like, what? Alright, so we'll probably want to make more stuff later, porridge and all that. We're literally serving water. All the drinks are watered down because they're water. We only served Grand Reserve, water, and green tea. And right now, we don't have a lot of those things. Okay. I was curious, like, something is going to... Of things. There have been too many contents updates since you last played this game. Yeah, I don't... Like, I know you can get animals and a whole bunch of stuff. now, it does feel like the progression-wise, it's kind of hard to see what's even going on. Like, I feel like I'm just forgetting to build some table or something that's got me held up in my progress, but I've not particularly noticed any given thing that's like, oh yeah, I forgot to build this. I'm also curious partly because, you know, the wood situation seems to be, like, really rough. Like, I don't remember having nearly as much difficulty with wood. It took you forever to figure out the thing you're missing? Yeah, and that's the worry. But, it might be one of those things that the game just needs a way of, like, not pressuring you, but almost like a reminder, like a little nudge being like, hey, you're forgetting the thing. Yeah. No, like, if it's something essential, point you in the direction. Because I keep checking, like, my talent points and all that. Not talent points. These area being like, did I forget something? Which I think that's what's happened, is I think I'm supposed to be building more stuff here, and I haven't been. Because I was looking at the stuff here, not a lot of it stood out to me as like, oh, that's the thing. Like, over here where we see basic foraging, that's the first way I noticed. I'm like, oh, I actually do really want that. Versus fermentation tank, I didn't see that. Yeah, so I just need to put a little less of our points into making more beer varieties. And more points into our building stuff. It's also interesting because I don't remember the tech tree working the same way in the past. Like, they've adopted the same model that Graveyard Keeper does, where they have, like, the 3 types of you know, research tech, whatever you want to call it, they advance. I don't remember it working that way. Like, maybe I'm just not remembering it all. Alright, so getting kind of low on food. But it does feel like it's changed a bit. Like, maybe it's just experience points before? Alright. I also don't remember going through the weird portal to open up new recipes. I don't remember how it worked for. It's been way too long. Alright, so we've got 9 more soup and a little bit more porridge. Okay. Which obviously the owner of this place, you know, you heard they're occultists. That's a reference to Graveyard Keeper. All right. Almost out of food. Yeah, so we have 6 soup and an okay amount of porridge left. So we definitely should make some more porridge, make some more soup. That's not what I need. The beers are already brewing. Let's last call them. All right. Cool. So, got anything new, ready to rock and roll? No, we do not. Bunch getting close. Right, so I need some more varieties of yeast. Oh, I need water. That's what we're out of. We're out of water. Okay, so we also need some variety of yeast here and there. All right, nothing else to pick over here. All right, so let's go. So brewing. Let's get 10 of those. And of these. Not quite as many. We're running out of money already. Alright, so we're just getting a bunch of yeast this time. We didn't end up getting any of those veggies and all that, like I said I was going to. Or meat or whatever. Because I realized I need yeast and I kind of spoiled all those plans. Let's see, shining candle holder. Torches. A brazier, which adds comfort. Alright, so I just need a bunch of planks still. Alright. You can't craft out of your pocket, so that's nothing I gotta worry about there. Like I said, we made the blacksmith table. None of these workbench. That's the workbench over there. So we have all of those things. We go to the workbench. None of the... Like, we have the aging shelf we can get. But I haven't had products I particularly need to cure. There's nothing else here for crafting. We already made the barrel stand and all that. That's just iron bars and all that. We can make a whole bunch of stuff here. Just make a bunch of nails since I know I'll need them anyway. Like, I feel like we're supposed to be making some new piece of equipment to progress, but just not seeing it. Let's do a lap around here. I need to cut down trees, but wait until I see more saplings kind of thing. Hoping that'll work out. Alright. Let's pop in here, see if we get lucky and have any of these beers ready. Awesome, we've got 2 of them ready. So drop you out, drop you in. Cool. So we got beer back on the menu. Did get some veggies and all that. Get some porridge going. Still send a whole bunch of malts, right? Yeah, no, I've already got a ton of malts already made. We just need to wait. Man, all these are waiting for the yeast we've run out of. All right. Take down this tree to at least feel like I got some progress happening. And we can go and make these into planks for more aging barrels and all that. Or whatever we were making. We were also looking at making more tables to expand the number of customers we can handle in a day. There we go, orders delivered. Let's let me get back to making some beer. I see a problem. Our problem is my inventory is completely wrecked. Then you stop. All right, so we can make a Pilsner. We'll make it a blueberry Pilsner. Sure. That gives us a porridge. We'll make some veggie stuff, so we'll make tomato and pepper porridge. Or soup, whatever. Alright, so we want to get a large table. That's going to be a lot. So when waiters, I was only allowed to have 1 employee. And who hasn't bothered to show up after the first day, for the record. In case anyone was keeping note, I have an employee. Oh wait, never mind, I'm sorry. That's wrong. There's tabs up here. I didn't notice that before. Okay, so yes, we want a waiter. You know what? I could live with that. And a bouncer. And we can't get a housekeeper yet. Does the building need to be upgraded to a second keg? Does the building need to be upgraded to have a second keg like the water one? Is this early access? Oh yeah, no, it's very early access. I'm not aware of any buildings having upgrades available to them. It's got some early access pains. Like that's definitely one thing, is it does have some early access pain points. See, how do people sign up for those jobs to get game testing and such? I'm very confused. Are you asking how someone becomes a game tester? Because, I mean, you apply for a job like anything else. Unless I'm misunderstanding, which is very possible. Does anybody know what the stuff is called and such? Oh, that's usually they'll put them under like game tester or QA, quality assurance. They're two very different things, but they have a lot of overlap. So you'll kind of see they'll sometimes get lumped together. I know QA is huge. I was gonna cut down trees. Forget this waiting. I'm gonna cut down trees. Maybe you'll do it as a side job when you get PC. Oh, usually proper QA is like a very formal job that, you know, you do the 9 to 5 or whatever schedules they have, you know, remote, whatever. That is like a normal job you do. Now, obviously, like little indie studios usually don't have enough need for full-time people that often. But like there's lots of big companies that, you know, they need QA people who like there's training and everything that goes for it. Because you definitely don't play the game you normally would. You deliberately try and break the game, and you go through and you have to document everything, and it's a whole discipline. I'm not discouraging for you from doing it. Absolutely do it if that's something that interests you. Just know there's a lot more to it than you play games and go, here's what worked and didn't work. It's very involved. All right. Like a good QA people are worth their weight in gold. So bear with me, chat. If you didn't see the other day, like my older brother got me a little blender thing, and you put Cheetos in it. It's a Cheetos brand blender that you make a seasoning. And we did that partially for the memes on the channel, but now I've got this entire like. Yeah, I'm gonna mute the mic. But partly as the memes, but now I have this entire shaker of what was once Cheetos. And it actually is not bad. It really doesn't give like the Cheetos flavor that much, but it's kind of like putting breadcrumbs on something. And I actually kind of liked that with the chili the other day, because it had just like a little bit of spice to it, and then there was just like a little bit of crunchiness to it. If your thing is gonna taste like Cheetos, you'd have to probably put a pretty substantial amount of Cheetos in there to get that. We'll put our porter in there. We'll just slap stuff in there and not care. I suspect none of these are probably ready. How close are you? Are you purple? No, you're not even near ready. You've got like 2 whole tiers left to go. All right, our poor inventory. We'll make another porridge just to have that queued up. And we could take you and put you off the bar. Grab water. Now the good news is they have two really good beers on tap. So does that give me enough for big table? Cool. Let's see. Breakfoot says, I suppose game testing isn't really as fun as it sounds. You'll spend a lot of time in one section of the game checking for glitches, trying to replicate it, and probably need some background in game design too. The background in game design, not necessarily. But yeah, you are going to kind of sit there, and they'll be like, here's the part we worked on. We need you to, like, you know, check it out, do what you gotta do to try and, like, break it. And you'll sit there and try, like, every combination of buttons and everything you can come up with to try and break it. You know, you'll try, like, every combination of skills. And you'll usually document stuff that you expect to potentially be a problem. And it is a thing where you'll, like, repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. and you will repeat the same parts of the game again and again and again and again until it works correctly. People still do enjoy it. I'm again not trying to say don't do it, but it's a job like any other job. All right, let's see if any of the mission board stuff we can do. Because, like, don't get me wrong, they used to do game testers back in the day where you would get sent a game. So you want a porridge with rice. I could do that. I don't know if I still have the rice at standby. So that's wheat and barley. So I'm gonna have to buy the rice. That's fine. Or grow it or whatever. But we'll accept it and see how long it takes. So with that, we don't have any salads. Actually, I'm trying to put the veggies we have the most in. We'll get some salads going. Now let's see if our staff actually bothers to show up today. And let's double check all of our stuff. You're set to be working. You're set to be working. You're set to be working. Staff supervision? I'm curious what that entails. In this game, that is. Been open for 2 seconds and you're already throwing a fit. Come on, man. Where are my staff members?
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
I need to get a new drink soon. It was really nice when I had a staff member the one time. Where are you? Do they not work weekends? Is that what's happening right now? Oh my god, please. All right. I don't really understand. We've hired a bunch of people and they're all no-shows. Yeah, I think like after, well, I mean, we'll see what the time is. I think before the next in-game day, we close and like reopen the game kind of thing. Because something is not working the way it's supposed to. I'm supposed to have like 3 staff members running around here helping me out. And just none of that's happening. Alright, come on. Just taking my annoyance out on customers who are being a little bit uppity. Using it as my moral justification. Alright, come on. Let's see. I don't have enough inventory space. Like, we'll be fine in just a moment. I can drop stuff off in here. Or not. Alright, let's run over here to where I've got the chest here. We'll drop some stuff off in it. We can drop that off right now. And drop that off right now. Grab the porter. I start making. Just keep rolling. Okay. You've got a green tea in there. I want to fill up your bowl. There you go. I wonder if I'm still being charged the staff, even though they're not here. Oh, I need to clean those tables. And I'll make some soup. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is after this in-game day, we'll, we can, you know, reset the day and see how it helps. Okay. Oh, you're still going. They're trying to continue to like rotate in more and more food items. Because with a full-on staff, I'd be able to do that. I'd be able to like run back there, get some more stuff cooking, that kind of deal. So we're good on porridge, we're good on soup, we're good on salads. Is there something else I can have being made? Right, bear with me. Gotta go outside and top off the water. Okay. Two red. A yellow. Oh, didn't quite get it. A yellow. And a T. Alright, get you the red one. Get you your tea. And we have a tea again. Clean up our tables again. But yeah, we can... If it looks like we're gonna... It makes sense to have the time. I have to check where the time will be at when the day is out. But if it looks like we're gonna play another in-game day before we do our game switch and all that, I can definitely see doing a quick restart and see how it goes. Let's go and get an RT going. All right. Like, I vaguely remember the last time we played it, we'd have like 2 or 3 staff members running around down here, and then I would have multiple cooking things upstairs, like up in the room above us, or up as in screen wise, like north or whatever. That I had like 2 or 3 of each of the things going, so I could just produce a bunch of food the entire day, and the staff members just handle everything else. Alright, so we've got yellow one, do your porridge. Okay. Because especially once they start adding, like more items to the menu and all that, that'll become more and more of a problem. Okay, so we've got about 30-ish of each of those, so we're pretty good in all of those. I didn't really need to make the porridge, but that's fine. The tea we're good on. Yeah, so we've got pretty much all the food we're set on for the moment. Mild ale, same deal we've been doing. Go here, mild wort. Keep that rolling. You're all doing fine down there. Okay, so those two are getting close to done. We definitely need more of the barrels. Okay. So we got almost 3 gold out of today. Well, 2.5. So, let's get more seeds down again. I don't really know what we're hurting on seeds-wise. What am I short on right now? So I've got a bunch of the aroma hops. I need more bitter hops. Make sure we get some rice down. So let's go seeds, bitter hops. Let's get 10. Rice is here somewhere. Get 10 of those as well. And let's look at for something else I can add in for a bunch of this. Let's add some honey. can add some prawns. We can add some fish. We haven't seen evidence that we can even grow cashews or that. We actually have too much. Let's drop a fish. We're good. Alright, so for a full-size bench, I need 30 wood planks. So let's see if we can't get ourselves 30 more wood planks and get our 2 benches, set up a large table. Begin to expand our operation. I just need to remember... Like, how are we doing in time-wise? I think it's be like right in the fence of whether or not I do in our day. Like, it'll be one of those things that we do in our day, we might go longer than I want to, but if we don't do it in our day, we'll go shorter. And, like, this isn't for ending stream, this is for the game switch. So I'm waffling on it. Alright. Okay, we've got more trees. It looks like we're pretty good there for right now. Can go here and keep telling it to process that. I'm trying to remember if this is gonna be one of those games that we have where it's like you could just borrow stuff directly from containers, or if you do have to actually go to the spot to get it. That opens up an inventory spot. You've got a ways to go. That's fine. Anything else you want to chuck in here for right now? Not really. Then grab the table. We got that down for the moment. Oh, I'm still in the build mode. So I'm still missing 5 planks for a bench. But that's honestly been one of the big pain points, is finding a source of more wood, because I haven't seen a place down here or around the map. Like, you can't just go up and arbitrarily chop these trees, for example. So once I kind of tap my map out of wood, I don't really see a path to get more other than just wait. Which might be a deliberate thing. That might be a deliberate bottleneck they put in the game. Or that you're expected to buy wood or trade for wood or something like that later. Alright, that's fine. We'll run back up to the house. Go start getting those seeds and all that we purchased. Putting them down. It just means I have a table they can't use yet. Okay. Alright, so we got more seeds down. Get those shuffled around. Alright, let's see if we can't cook anything new or exciting. Alright, so we could do fish broth and roasted fish. So here's roasted fish. Let's double check our stuff for the day. See if there's anything like I could make with the fish or whatever that they would be interested in. Nope. I mean, actually, let's grab the assignment for a pale ale made with honey. We could definitely do that. But with that, we can go ahead and say fish. Let's go ahead and we'll do some hot peppers and regular peppers with the fish. And we're basically done with pretty much all of that. Is there anything else to make with this? I do have more tea. We could top that off. All right. So you wanted a pale ale, which we don't have what we need for. We can make a mead. That's fine. So 59 comfort. So we can actually make the comfort higher. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so let's pop in here. Have our character go to sleep so we save the game. Alright, so let's go to the title screen. And... oh, we can actually play with 2 players? That's interesting. I guess you just both run around the map. Going back and forth. You know what? Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and do our game switch at this point. I was kind of waffling back and forth. But with like the employees just continuously not working, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to switch. We'll probably play this again tomorrow. But I've had a good time with it. So for all those checking it out on YouTube, you know, I'm going to have to end the stream on YouTube side because I can't switch categories without messing things up over there. So blame YouTube, not me, but like and subscribe and all that over there. And I will be giving the TikTok stream. I'll be dropping that and bringing